Hi everyone, Zach from Out There Vans in Grand Junction, Colorado. Today I want to bring you along on a restoration job on the factory trim of this Mercedes Sprinter. Even though this van is only a few years old, it has some crazy fading going on to the plastic cladding surrounding the van. And these vans, you name it, whether it's a Sprinter, Transit, ProMaster, etc., they have a lot of plastic on them. We're going to, in this video, go through, do a full trim restoration. I'll walk you through the product that I have chosen to use, and we'll see just how easy it is to freshen up the van. Now, these commercial vans that we build camper vans off of, they frankly have a lot of plastic trim on them for the sake of if they are a delivery van and they're in the city and let's say I'm an Amazon driver and I scratch a big gash into this bumper or I simply knock it off. It's a lot easier to replace lower panels that are plastic trim than per se a body panel that's metal that needs reworked and also needs painted. So lots of plastic trim. Unfortunately, that plastic trim, when it sits outside in the sun for the long term, it does fade more to this worn, uneven gray shade we're seeing. So the product we're talking about today is this Cerakote Trim Coat Restoration Kit. Now, in this package, there are 10 smaller packages, right, that basically contain a wipe in a individually wrapped package. So every time you need a fresh one, you have to open it up, but there's no dipping, anything like that. Now, there's 1,000 products out there, and there are 1,000 YouTube videos out there where people have lined up all these products, gone through, done tests. More so, they're professional detailers that know a lot more than I do about restoring some plastic trim. And overall, from my YouTube University education, I learned that the Cerakote trim seems to be the winner. I've purchased 2 of these packages to get me started. Cerakote claims 1 package will get you through a smaller car. 2 packages is what they say for a full-size pickup truck. I wouldn't be surprised if these humongous square footage of cladding on the front, running down the side and around the back requires up to like 4 of these. But that's part of our video today. We're gonna start with 2. We're gonna see how far we get, and I will run back to the store and pick up a couple more if we need them down the line. These retail on average, I'm going to say I see them about $17. So it's a pretty affordable transformation to do on your van, even if it does take 4 of these. They claim that they are good for up to 200 car washes. Now, 200 times washing your giant van when you can't go through a giant car wash means that this is probably going to last you quite a long time. And then last thing I'll say about purchasing this product, I will, down in the description of this video, throw an Amazon affiliates link. Now, if you click that link, purchase this product, we do get a small kickback from Amazon. We always appreciate that. Helps us make videos like this and pay for these products that we are showing you today. Now let's jump right into the process. So as I mentioned, inside of this package, there are some of these packets. You can see them here. There are 2 connected to each other and a whole stack of them in here. But before we use those, we need to go through and degrease the surface that we will be applying these to. So in order to do that, I am going to just use, as suggested by Cerakote, some good degreasing dish soap and water. I'm gonna wipe down all the surfaces, make sure they are properly scrubbed, and then I need them to air dry. So this might take a little bit of time depending on your humidity in the environment you're in. Another thing to note, I'm doing this indoors, but I know a lot of you who have a camper van don't have a garage that's even large enough to be able to pull your van inside of. So even if that's the case, be sure to do this in the shade or do it early in the morning, late in the evening when you're not going to have direct sun shining down on your van, this Cerakote wants to have time to soak in and cure. And same thing with degreasing. We don't want soap to just instantly dry on your van as you are degreasing it. Now, striving for those odd hours of doing this job might require doing it in portions, doing your bumper, then the next day doing one side, and the next day doing the back, etc. But just keep that in mind. Make sure it's shaded, you're not sitting directly in the sun and impacting your results in the long run. Now, to start this process, I'm going to first pop the hood. That way I have better access to all of the plastic trim. There's a little bit of hood overhang. And then I will grab a rag and just start by going through and scrubbing all the surface really good. Now this will take a little bit of time to dry. All right, so to get started, I am going to put on a couple latex gloves here just for a little bit of hand protection. Now I've grabbed a pair of these trim coat applicators and I'll rip the top off and expose it. Now inside is just this nice little wipe that is folded up. According to their instructions, I should leave it kind of in a folded position. I don't need to open it all up. And I am simply going to go ahead and start wiping it onto my bumper here as evenly as I can. And I'm just starting out by kind of tracing my body lines here because we have a lot of curves going on. And I don't know how much this is picking up on camera, but it's already making a huge difference. I'm working around the body lines for my initial first couple wipes and then shading in the area between, that way I don't miss a spot. Also working in small sections because we want a nice even coat and I don't want to just try and go over the whole thing and then have nice big splotchy areas. So I'm gonna do the grill here next because that might be more visible. All right, my friends, I'm about halfway through the bumper. It's only really taken a few minutes at this point to do this far, so know that this is a very easy process to do, but I wanted to stop at this midway point to really give you a closer look at the before and after. Now note that this fresh side is still flashing off, so it still has a little bit of shine and gloss to it, but it will dry to just be kind of what you'd expect black plastic trim on a van to look like. And as that evaporates, that will go away. But I wanted to keep working while I'll show you this difference. So over here, we have the old faded bumper, which frankly looks worse and worse now that we compare it to this other side. Huge difference there. If I step back, look at this again, there is the difference side by side. Pretty impressive. Now, as an update, it took me 5 wipes to do the front bumper of this van, as well as the mirror caps on either side and the door handles. Now with 15 wipes remaining, I'm definitely feeling more confident now that I'll be able to get both sides of the van done as well as that rear bumper assembly. All right, and we are all done applying the Cerakote ceramic trim coat to all of the panels of this van that are plastic. Now, earlier I left you at applying it to the front bumper. I then went down each side of the van. I applied it to the lower trim panels as well as the side mirrors and door handles, and then went around back and did the rear bumper, the door handle back there, as well as all the plastic pertaining to the license plate and the license plate light. Basically, at the end of the day, left no plastic untouched. And don't forget to do your prep beforehand too. Now, I'm by all means not a professional detailer. You probably already get that vibe here, but I did think it was really interesting to share my experience using this product with the van community, because we all have a van that's made up of about 18% plastic on the exterior, and we all have a van that's going to see the sunlight a lot. So everyone's bound to have this exposure happen. Frankly, most vans that come through my shop that aren't brand new off a dealer lot look a lot like this one did to start too. Now, they say this stuff is going to last quite a while. We're going to see. Even if it lasts me 2 years, I don't mind in 2 years from now coming through and spending a whole whopping $34 to do this again. That's right, $34 is all it took. I had anticipated needing more than 2 of these packages, but I started with 2 because I figured I can go back, and I'd hate
having to go back just to return it rather than buy more. So I bought 2, and I actually ended up with more than I needed. Of the 2 10-packs, 20 little packages of those wipes all together, I used 16 of them. So I still have 4 left if I needed to do any touch-up spots on this, but super happy with the results. It really is a non-greasy finish once it does finish flashing off or evaporating, and it really just looks like the factory plastic, other than all the little rock peppers I have all over the front of this van. So to wrap this up, let's just really quickly show you a beautiful before picture where you can see all the nice weathering. Ooh, it's not ugly, but it's not pretty. And then boom, here is the finished product. It's a much more even coat. It's much darker, and it just looks like it should have rolled off the factory line. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this product, the Cerakote trim coating, it can be found in an Amazon affiliates link in the description below this video. Additionally, head over to OutThereVans.com where you can find products not like this. OutThereVans.com has a variety of DIY ready accessories for your van, whether you want to add bug nets, window covers, roof racks, interior cabinetry, you name it. We have a wide selection of products on our website. We are not a detailing shop, nor am I a professional detailer, so we're not carrying this product there. So head over to the affiliate link if you're looking to buy that. But if you're just looking for general accessories, we'd love it if you support our small business. Head to OutThereVans.com. We hope to see you in the next video, so be sure to like this video, hit subscribe so you can find our next video, and I really hope to see you next time, and thank you for watching.